Hi, welcome to another Tasty Tuesday on Christy's A+ Cooking. Today, C is for charcuterie. Today, I have my favorite guest cook, my daughter Lindsey from California, and she is amazing.
Well, charcuterie boards are typically your party platters that you would bring to a potluck or a party or a special event. And this is just a way for you to simply elevate them up and make them look organized and beautiful. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that. And what I like to include is 2 to 3 cheeses. So I have several cheeses like pepper jack, cheddar, Swiss cheese, Gouda, and some other cheeses that I'll share in a little bit. We also have meats. I usually like to have 2 to 3 meats, so we'll have some ham, salami, and pepperoni today.
And what's so nice about this, you can buy these at Sam's or Costco, and they're the perfect size to make these beautiful roses.
Yeah, and I'll show you that in a little bit too. We also like to include something crunchy like nut or some crackers with your cheeses and meats. I also like to include something sweet like my dad's favorite are these little candy chocolate sticks, the orange or raspberry sticks, Jordan almonds, anything that you can have to add just a little bit more to your platter. And then of course some fruits and vegetables add some color and also allow you to have a variety to your charcuterie tray. So I have both a charcuterie tray today that I'm going to finish off for you. And then I also made these little charcuterie cups. This came from when one of my teacher friends brought these as part of a holiday event. And I just have always loved and been impressed with this so that they can take them away at a party and move around the room. And it's just a really great little piece and way to elevate that as well.
Don't forget the glazed pecans I made this morning.
Oh yeah, that you can add to your tray. Now, on my tray, I happen to get this beautiful little heart tray from Home Goods. You can use a board or just a regular rectangular tray, but I added some little bowls to it to kind of divide it out. And I added some honey roasted almonds, some regular cashews, and then raspberries to kind of break up the color in the middle. But I could always go in and add my mom's pecans, which I love. And I think she's going to be sharing some of them later as well as that recipe. But I also added some blueberries, some grapes, and I usually like to break up the grapes into little pieces so that you can easily take that away from the charcuterie board or tray. And then I just start placing. I just decided to take the Costco cheese board that I already had and just displayed it nicely there. And then you can also take those same cheeses that are rectangle, and I just take a pair of culinary scissors and cut it diagonally to make triangles. And then you can kind of place them like this on your tray, and you just make kind of a design. So I've made that with my pepper jack on this side, and I'm going to add that to my tray on top of the pepper jack. And then you can always move things around if you find that as you're creating that you want to display it a little different. That's the beauty of a charcuterie board, is you get to be as creative as you want to be. So my mom mentioned the little salami roses earlier. I love these because they're really easy to pull apart, but they also add a lot of beauty to your platter. You can also make them really little too, and I'll show you both ways to do that. So the first way, I like to do these bigger roses if I'm doing Christmas wreaths or I might move my cheese over and add it here. I might even just set it off to the side on a separate plate like I did over here. But I like to grab a smaller cup. This happens to be a glass cup that's easily removable. You can take it off easy. And it's better to have about a 2-inch, no more than a 2-inch wide cup, because otherwise your rose becomes too full. But I'm just going to I'm going to do pepperoni this time. And you just take and start laying around the rim of the cup that pepperoni, folding it in half and just making sure that you overlap that pepperoni, and you just keep going over it. And I kind of just press it down every so often so it keeps that shape of the rose. And the nice thing about this glass cup also is that I can flip it over at any time and kind of see how my rose is forming. Now you can use really any other cup too, but I just keep going around. I probably do 2 or 3 layers of that pepperoni. Do one more. And then I flip it over either into a little bowl or on a plate, and then you can kind of flip out some of that inner pepperoni, and there is your rose.
Very quick and easy.
Very quick and easy. Okay, so then you can then place it wherever you'd like on your platter or tray. And then I also really enjoy doing these little smaller roses. And I just happened to have an extra spot right here that needed a little color broken up with the crackers and cheese. And so I placed that little rose right there, and I just used 4 pieces. I'm going to use salami this time. And you just lay them out, kind of overlapping. And then you can fold them in half, kind of like this. Kind of moon shaped, and then you just roll it, making it nice and tight. Roll it till the end, and then just like I did with the other rose, you're going to kind of move it out so it kind of has that little rose shape. And then I took a toothpick and I poke it through both sides where those end flaps are, so it stays secure. And then you of course can place it wherever you want on your charcuterie board. And I want to break up some of this cheese color over here, and then you can add in some crackers in between, filling in some of those spaces. And like I said, you can be as creative as you want and change things around as you want so that it fits your need for that evening or party. The next thing that I want to do is our little charcuterie cup. And within there are these little skewers that have all of the same elements as a charcuterie board, but kind of that takeaway individual charcuterie experience. So my mom's going to do this with me. We're going to start with the charcuterie skewer. So I've just got my mom got these little skewers with hearts on it. You can do it for really any holiday. We had some gingerbread and snowmen. You could find 4th of July stars and really elevate it also for any event that has that specific holiday. And then I just have a variety of strawberries, fruits. I've got some blackberries, the little cherry tomatoes. And I cut up, you can cut up cubes of cheese, but I cut up little squares of cheese from what I had. You can also use like Baby Bell or the little Laughing Cow cheeses. And then you just skewer it on whatever pattern you want. So I would do a strawberry. My mom started with cheese. I'm gonna add cheese.
And I just took 1 slice of salami and just rolled it into a little
rose, just like these little roses we did on there. And breaking up the color, so I did kind of like a red, white, green. I might throw on a orange tomato, and then
we're actually going to have this for dinner tonight, so I bought these little miniature club crackers. They're perfect size for the daughters.
And then you can, there's our skewer. And we can put that right inside the cup, and then you just start building up your little cup just like you would the charcuterie board. So I'm going to add in, let's see, I want some of these crackers. Add those in there. I cut up like those cheeses on the platter. I have the triangles. You can add them behind.
And I just rolled up a provolone. I'm going to put a water cracker behind it.
Okay.
Oh, I think I need a strawberry.
Oh, I think I do too. Oh, and I'm going to just take some of these cashews, adding in some of the other elements of the charcuterie into the cup. Oh yeah, I can't forget my mom's pecans.
These are maple glazed pecans.
They're my favorite.
So tasty. I use them along with my broccoli salad.
You could always put, and you could always put some dried fruit like cranberries. It's almost like a little mix, protein mix too. And then I'm going to throw a blackberry on there, maybe a raspberry and a strawberry. Sorry.
I'm gonna get these pita chips.
Okay.
Ooh, that's cute.
And there you go. You have this little takeaway charcuterie cup that your guests can take and then go converse with friends, and it's easy cleanup because it's all right in there. And you can just put it on a nice cute tray for that takeaway item. With that, you can also add other elements like one of my dad's favorites are the deli cherry hot peppers, cream cheese, churned butter, churned honey, my mom's strawberry preserves. And the nice thing is you can, if you don't have room on your charcuterie board, you can put these items off to the side too, and it just allows anybody to go and create what they want and try different things. And that's what I love about this, is that you can use this for pretty much any holiday. Like I mentioned, I like to make wreaths at Christmas time, and you do the same thing just in a circle pattern, and it just makes and elevates any holiday.
Here is today's recipe. What a treat it has been to have Lindsey here and share her talents. If you're enjoying my videos, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and tell all your family and friends about it. Thanks for watching Tasty Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.